Hi everyone, my name's James Ivey.
I'm Paul Drew.
From the Studio Rats.
Nice.
And my buddy here, Mr. Paul Drew, has been doing a series for the channel on the ultimate guitar amp. Oh, in your opinion.
Yes, yeah.
However...
Yeah, lots of people don't... Yes, lots of people aren't agreeing with my choices, but...
there's a joke that goes, opinions are like donkeys. Or something like that, anyway. Anywho, I think in... this spot,
show your box of loveliness.
I have the ultimate amplifier. Well, I think I have a selection of the ultimate amplifiers.
I think you've got a selection of your style of amplifiers.
Yes.
Which is like... It's sort of rock and prog, I'd say, but it's cool, yeah, I like it.
So, in here, I have my collection of Synergy modules.
Do you want to show them?
I will.
Show the peeps.
Ta-da! Hang on, let me get that in shot a little. There we go.
I think you're going to have to come around this
light.
way.
Hang on, there we go. There's the light. So I have 5 Synergy modules. There is one currently in the SYN-30 amp. It's a 30 watt all valve head. It is lovely. It has a kind of standard clean tone in it.
Yep.
Like a basic treble bass volume, kind of Fender styley clean sound.
Can I? Well, we'll demonstrate this in a minute. Mm-hmm. Actually, can you just switch to? Are we on that at the moment?
We are on that at the moment.
I think the basic clean sound, which is what the amp comes with, so you can use this without the modules.
Yep.
I think it's a little bit bland.
I agree.
It's very nice. It's very.
It's pedal platformy, isn't it?
Yeah. It's unoffensive, I would say.
Not very handy if you need to go clean with pedals quickly.
Yeah.
The amp does come with a foot switch, means you can go between the 3 channels instantly, rather than cycling through them. However, that's not really what this amp is designed to do. It's designed to take these modules. Now, previously, this was another one that was yours,
yes,
and I've purchased and stroke swapped.
Why do I do this?
I don't know.
Why do I keep selling stuff and then going, why did I sell that?
And you had the Dumble, the OS module.
I really like that one.
This one does that really lovely kind of cone cry-y thing, that extra harmonic when you bend a note. It's awesome.
Can we plug that one in as well, actually?
We will do at some point. It comes with one of my favourites, which is the Soldano SLO. That is awesome.
Not one of my favourites.
Short of actually spending out $3,000 on an SLO 100, which I'm not going to do, that is awesome. These are all valve as well. They've got 1 or 2 12AX7s or 12AT7s, depending on the module in them. But the one we have currently loaded, and I think this is probably one of your favourites, is the Brown Eye BB, the BEBB, Brown Eye Buxton Betty.
Which is the Friedman, which is the Brown Eye channel from the Friedman B50 or B100.
Yep.
And then a Buxton Betty, which is Friedman's pedal platformy, Fendery style.
Yeah.
Now, can we try the clean channel first? But before we do that, let me just play a chord. Mm-hmm. Then can you switch over to the Buxton Betty, the clean channel on the module? So here's the chord. Instantly more character.
Yep.
You can drive it just that little bit more. Is that the most amount of drive you've got on it?
That is, the gain is dimed.
Is it? Oh, interesting.
We don't. Okay. There are various shape mid EQ shifts you can do, bass tightening you can do with dip switches.
Yeah.
Not dip switches, like micro switches.
Yeah.
But we won't go into the technicals and the details of each module because we'd be here all day.
Yeah.
But there are things you can tweak. Obviously, the EQ the EQ circuits and the whole preamp circuits are designed by the individual amp manufacturers. They're not designed by Synergy, they're designed by Friedman, Bogner or Marshall or whoever, but in harmony, in co-allegiance. Is that a real word?
Well, all of these amps, like the Friedmans and the Morgans and the Synergy amps, and there are others as well, they're all made in the same factory in California. So they've got access to make this thing, which is great, isn't it?
And actually, when you consider how much a Buxton Betty or a Brown Eye is as a hardware amp, the modules are about, I mean, you can pick them up for £359.
Yeah, I think
that's about right.
It's the price of an expensive pedal.
Yeah. Not an inexpensive amp, as we've proven. You know, a £350 amp does not buy you a lot of amp.
No. So the initial outlay is buying the amp, and then you buy the modules. Which
has to be said, you don't actually have to buy the amp. They do just a unit to drive the modules.
Yeah.
Which you can then plug into the power amp section of your Marshall or your whatever.
Yeah.
But this is a neat way to do it, and if you haven't got an amp, this would be a sweet way to get a 30-watt power amp. They do a 50-watt version with 2 slots, but you kind of sacrifice the clean channel.
Yeah.
But for me, in the studio, this thing's absolutely phenomenal.
Do you know what? I think I like the idea of the 50-watt version, because then you've got 4 different flavors. So you can have the Friedman, Buxton Betty, and the Brown Eye, and then you could have like a Fender style amp
or a Marshall.
Yeah. So that's really good, isn't it? Okay, well, let's play some sounds, shall we? That's a great clean sound.
Now let's give it some beans.
Oh yeah. You know what this needs?
What does it need?
A Les Paul.
It's rather fat with a pH, isn't it?
It's the sound of the 80s, isn't it?
Thank you. You're welcome. I think this thing has got way more to offer than its price tag.
Yeah.
Hold that a minute. I'm going to pull out another module. Now, the lovely thing about it is you can hot swap. So let's go all things Bogner for a moment.
Shall I switch over to the Telecaster again?
Yarp, I'm going to pull that out of there. Plop. Now, they do get hot. You know, there's a fairly substantial amount of heat sinking on the top of this thing. They do get warm. Let's pop that in there. And in they... Come on. In we go. So this is the blue channel and the red channel from the Bogner Ecstasy.
Nice.
Very nice. It's valve, so obviously it needs a little bit of time to warm up before we go giving it the beans. But let's try it now.
So that's the blue channel,
That's the blue channel.
That's lovely, isn't it? Like the saturation, that is fantastic. That's like plexi.
Yes.
Cleans up nice.
All the modules react to your playing style really nicely. If you back off either on your volume or on your attack on the instrument, it really responds. It really responds well.
Yeah.
However, this is where it gets fun.
Can I say?
Please.
I really like the blue channel.
Yeah.
See, this is the thing that is slightly frustrating because I really like the blue channel on that.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'd have the blue channel of that and then the brown eye channel.
Yeah.
So that's why I'd need the 50-watt version so I could have those two there. But yeah, that's my only thing about it is that you can't. If you like one element of one channel, you're still stuck with the other element.
Yeah.
The brown eye's a lot tighter sounding than that is, but it still sounds great.
This is why, in my world, my studio world, this is way more cost effective than having a whole stack of heads that I never touch. Because somebody might come in and go, I want a certain sound. Like, dunk.
Yeah.
There you go. That's the difference between a commercial studio versus a personal private studio.
Yeah.
Not that I'm terribly commercial at the moment, but you know what I mean. Now, what's interesting is Synergy have worked with various celebrity, and I'm going to pull out this baby. This is the Steve Vai Synergy module, the Vai Signature.
Can I have a look?
Yeah. Now, there's a couple of things I really like about this for a start.
Indented pots.
Absolutely, because it's very easy to knock these as you're putting them in the box, whereas the knobs are beautifully knurled, all the pots are detented.
It's got a lot more. It's got a lot more features on this one. Let me just let me show the peeps. It's got a lot more controls, isn't it?
There's a lot going on there.
So, am I right with this? From what I remember when they brought this out, so there's basically a bassman clean channel.
Yeah.
And then the sort of channel off of his whatever it's called.
Carvin Legacy.
Legacy, yes.
Yeah. I tend to think of this as Steve Vai clean, Steve Vai dirty, if I'm totally honest, because I think his amp choices were so. What's the phrase? I want to say hacked about, but it's doctored by techs and stuff. It's not like
Oh, I see what you're saying.
It's not like just going, oh, I've got chosen a Fender Bassman. No, it's Steve Vai's Fender Bassman.
Sure, it's a modded.
Modded. That's the phrase I'm looking for. Right, so I'm going to pull out the ecstasy.
Okay. I'll switch guitars.
Yar.
So again, here's the default clean that comes with the amp. It's very reactive depending on what guitar you plug into, isn't it? Very, very much so.
And the blue channel.
The blue channel, yeah.
The Fender Bassman style.
Really cleans up nice with humbuckers.
On that channel, about 9 o'clock, well down.
Oh, okay. We'll crank it up. Let's see what happens.
All the way
Interesting, because now you're hearing that sort of tweed,
Fendery, overdriven.
Yeah.
Type of, which generally I don't like.
Yeah.
But on this I do.
Sounds great.
However, if you want the full Steve Vai, just do the vibrato correctly, please.
The circular vibrato.
But you're not playing in a Steve Vai style. Remember, this is a lead.
No, yeah, but I'm not going to play like Steve Vai.
That is true.
I really like it. I do. I really like it. It wouldn't be my first choice of module.
But I think because it's got the most variation.
Yeah.
Between the two channels of a module, you've got that. You can go super classy clean.
Yeah.
That kind of 80s chorusy kind of. Super clean single coil sound, right up to uber over the top lead wailing gain tone.
Lastly,
yeah.
Do you want to just plug in the Dumble module?
Yes.
Okay.
Because this is actually the one you sold me with the unit.
This was my favourite one that I tried in the shop when I tried them all out.
Now, bear in mind. So this is we're going to start with the clean default amp channel.
Yes.
Into the blue channel, which is the clean Dumble channel, then the red, which is the full-on beans.
Nice. The way that reacts under your fingers is so immediate. It's brilliant. Without doubt, that's my favourite clean channel so far.
Right.
That is brilliant.
Now, what's interesting about this one is the two channels are interlinked. They share the EQ. They share a lot of the same channel features, which is not the way the other three modules we've tried so far work.
Right.
They are more independent.
Yeah.
However.
Okay. Right, so instantly, that's amazing. Instantly, that's amazing. What's happened here is it's got loads of gain, loads of saturation, but it hasn't got that 80s tone,
yep.
which is what the Friedman had. But that is great. Why did I sell that?
Now run that into a Grossman cabinet, you get that amazing cone cry tone thing, which just sounds epic.
Yeah, that's something special.
It's good, isn't it?
That I tell you what. I mean, we can't compare it, but because my matchless has gone to the shop for
some TLC.
It's gone to the matchless hospital. Yeah,
yep.
To be looked after. That is great.
It's epic, isn't it?
That's really good.
I think I'm not going to say it's the ultimate amp for you, but for me, as not first chord guitar player, that is the ultimate amp because it's every amp in one that I need.
That is, I'm afraid to say, that is the ultimate amp because it is so. You know, if you don't like a particular module, you just plug in a different module. Yeah. It's brilliant.
And again, we have to stress this: these modules have been bought, paid for by our own hard-earned cash. We are not endorsed in any way, shape or form by Synergy or any of the companies involved in the manufacture of the modules. That's the technical bit out of the way. I think it's awesome.
That's fantastic.
Hence I've got, you know, five of these modules.
I mean, that amp does any gig you need it to do.
Yep.
If you're in like a little function band and you want sort of classic Fender tones, you buy the Fender module. If you want, you know, if you then go and do your Steel Panthers cover band, you then go and, you know, you put in your Friedman module. It's absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, and say if you want to change flavour, it's £350, as opposed to a new head costing at least double that for something worth buying.
All it needs is some matchless modules.
That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
It would.
That'd be very nice.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got all the stuff you need. It's got an effects loop. It's got
MIDI.
It's got MIDI switching. It comes with a foot switch.
The only thing it hasn't got reverb. But that's
your
that's your effects loop.
Your effects loop. It's awesome. It's okay. It's not much of a looker. If I had to say something about it,
I like it.
It's not. You know, it would look out of place on a metal stage because it's not blingy and lit up and
right.
But actually, in the studio, I don't care.
That's brilliant.
I really don't care. Yeah, what's not to love?
Again, another thing I regret selling. Okay, right. So, really hope you guys got something out of that. If you did get something out of it, don't forget to like and subscribe. Click on the bell button, and you'll be notified of any future video that comes out from the Studio Rats. I'm Paul.
I'm James.
And we'll see you next time.